G'day, Michael here. You may remember some time ago I did a video about these parametrically created using OpenSCAD, what do you call these things, orthotics. Now I did a draft print, which you saw the print actually happening in the last video, and PLA was a very easy material to print with, but of course with wear and tear it's pretty prone to fracturing, being so brittle, so you can see the fractures there. But other than that, the support was very good in the design. So I experimented with something a bit more flexible, which is TPU. Now this is the result of that. Now the print worked out quite nicely, but I didn't put a raft layer down, and you can see it stuck nicely to the glass, but I had, of course, support material requirement because that very flat surface, what's very, very shallow arch, needs support. Unfortunately the black doesn't show up very well in the video. So I decided to elevate using a raft, three or four raft layers, get that right, 3 or 4 raft layers, so as to make the thing peel away. And here's the result. I can peel it away. Some lighting there. So that peeled away quite nicely. But as you can see, there's a bit of a hole that's come up there because I allowed obviously a breakaway thickness, and it meant that the print wasn't quite as full. Whereas this one, being printed directly on the glass, got nicely sort of squished. Now, I don't know if that's translucent anyway. Not really. But anyhow, the extrusion has actually spread well enough so there's no visible holes. That's just a reflection, that's not a hole. All right, but this, as you can see there's light going through that. So that's become a bit, well, I'm going to say a bit emptier than I would like. So I probably would have wanted to change that design to be a bit thicker, but I'm not going to mess around with that because essentially it doesn't really need any thickness. And in my shoe it's going under like a shoe liner anyway, so there won't be much direct friction on this part. So that should be quite adequate. This is the part still as it came off the printer. It has not been peeled away. I'll just put the phone down and peel the other one free. Okay, so this is the support material, and it actually just tore away. So I didn't have to cut anything, it just tore away nicely. The TPU's got a very interesting property with the support material. It actually becomes kind of it feels like a sponge. It's like a printed sponge. I don't know whether I can show that very well, but it compresses under the pressure of your hand. So I think you could use TPU if you printed something like a 3D honeycomb infill of a solid object. You could kind of print a well-shaped, deformable product with this TPU. It's actually very nicely flexible. I'm just trying to think what it's like. It's most like upholstery vinyl for the way it feels, actually. It's most like upholstery vinyl. What else might you have used that would feel the way this TPU does? It seems so familiar to me, this feeling. What would it be like? Okay, I've rounded up a couple of materials that feel very similar. Now this clear plastic hose that you would have seen, they even use it on drippers and things like that in a hospital, or you may have seen it on a fish tank pump. It's got a very similar feel to that kind of plastic. This is a special extrusion for, doesn't look like it here, it's like a glazing extrusion, but it's got the same kind of feel. It's a vinyl feel. The TPU feels much the same. Pretty tough. I haven't seen this obviously in a couple of months old in my boots, but I'll give these a run and I'll report back in a couple of months' time, see how it's wearing. But this is quite a very strong material. Oops. So I have high hopes for this stuff. This is TPU, black TPU. Whereas the PLA is very fragile and brittle. So I'll see how these go. I'll let you know. Well, I guess that's as much as I can really talk about here. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment. Bye for now.